What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. This video, we are here with Chrono Genesis, as requested by... do I remember what name he said? Kazuki, right? I'm still trying. I was about to call you Nyan, but Kazuki requested, even though it just basically gave me like, all right, I'll do it now, since I haven't done my first run with, or at least recorded run with her. So here we are with Chrono Genesis. As for the setup, we're just gonna stick with the one of every kind. With Still in Love, Speed, Measure Ramino, Wise, Haru Guts, Tamamo Power, Super Creek, Stamina, and borrowing the Tucker Brine card, friend card. Pretty much the same setup I've been pretty much using, unless I decide to add another speed card. Pretty much. So before we do jump into the run, into the comments, if you guys haven't joined, Discord server link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quests. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join a circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. Then after that, head over to the comments section or the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. With that being said, as we are waiting to get started, I'll get the comments loaded and we shall just get started with the training. Now, after this video, I will go to the global side because it is Thursday. I am aware that the banner is out. And I guess for a sneak peek for those who do watch the JP videos, or not a sneak peek, I guess y'all already know what I'm going to do. I'm pretty much just going to concentrate on the support cards. See how many Kita copies I can get. That's pretty much the goal. That is just pretty much the goal. See how many copies of Kita I can get, and then move on with my global account. That's pretty much it. I am not going to be pulling for Teo or McQueen. For those who was surprised on why, because y'all know I like Teo. Well, it's simply because, well, I haven't used that Teo in a long time. If I'm being real. I've been pretty much using the OG Teo, the standard Teo, this whole time. And if we were going to talk about like the long distance, I mean, that's the festival Teo would be better for that. So I'm not going to be pulling for either Teo nor McQueen, and just wait for, I guess, Kita to get released. Who knows when that's going to be, if they're going to accelerate before the anniversary when they released her, or if she gets released prior to that. We'll just see. But yeah, I don't know. Characters that I'll possibly pull before Kita? That's a good question. That is a good question, because majority of those banners in JP, at least, I did either tried pulling for or did pull for them. So I don't necessarily know who else I'll be pulling for besides Kita. Probably even Daya. Oh, I guess Christmas Cap, but I feel like they might keep the Christmas banners the same. Just a thought. Just a thought. So if that's the case and Kita doesn't get released before Christmas, then I'll pull for Christmas Cat again, because I'll most likely just keep using her in global regardless. Oh, and I guess Chocobon. I do want to get Chocobon since I still don't have her in this account. Funny enough, but with that being said, let's get started with the comments. Well, actually, let me refresh this in case. All right, getting started with the comments. Who did I even train yesterday? It was Gentle Donna, and here we are. I do want to try and get the dates already unlocked, so I'll do that. But the first comments we're going to be going over is going to be from Rick, and the first one says, I have a theory that the bonus percent on Uma stats are based on what they believe to be important to win races. I think if we ever get Twin Turbo costume, we'll have a mostly bonus on speed and a little bonus on guts. I don't think so. Just because I don't think, yeah, it just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right to me, at least. It just doesn't feel right. Twin Turbo having bonus on speed is honestly not a surprise, since she's gonna most likely be Great Escape. So it doesn't surprise me that you would need speed, but you would also need a lot of stamina if you want to do Great Escape. But obviously, at least this is what I think. But obviously, that's probably not the initial intention. But either way, I feel like stamina is one of the important ones, because if you don't have enough at least that's what I've always believed until it just started getting easier to win races. Like now at this time when we're just cruising through the races of their goals. So I wouldn't think so, because if that was the case, then why did it get extremely easy to clear races compared to the first scenario, the World Finals? And the reason why I say I don't agree is also because, at least from experience, even seeing the double circles from the Ura Finals and all that, sometimes you still just lose. Especially if you're doing like the Tenosho Spring against McQueen, you could have that double circle on stamina and it will not, and you'll still get second place, third place, and not win. That's just from experience. So no, I'd like to disagree with the theory, because I genuinely, it wouldn't have been called growth rate if it didn't increase your percentage or increase the amount of stats you get based on the percentage of your growth rate. That's what I think, at least, because it's just always been like that. I just don't think it necessarily works with what they believed is important to win races, because what if there's a long distance Uma who doesn't have stamina as one of their growth rates or bonus percentages, and you don't work on it? Obviously, throughout your schedule, you'll probably lose. Probably not this time around, with obviously how training runs go. For the most part, you're winning all your races, at least you should be. And it all just comes down to the RNG of your stats and all that. So I would like to not believe that, especially in the case of now, where it's pretty much just more, we don't even really worry about losing these races. It's more about worrying about our RNG, see if we can get better stats at the end of the run. That's how I see it. Not at least I've never seen it to be stats important to win races. That just never came across my mind. So I will politely disagree with your theory, because I just don't see it based on the whole time I've played Uma. Noah says, I'll say it right now. Next turbo alt 50% bonus on speed and negative 10% on power and int just to balance the stat bonus. Have they even gone over 50%? We've seen 15-15. We've seen some weird spreads, but I don't think they ever accumulated to the point where it's over or 50% or reach 50%, right? At least that's what I think. At least, what was Twin Turbo's growth rate? Yeah, the max I've noticed was at least 30%. Because Twin Turbo's, the original one, is already at 30% just pure speed. Yeah, it seems like it's only 30%, because I'm looking at Ines Fujin, 12%. Speed, the recent one, 12% speed, 10% power, and 8% guts. I feel like it's always been a total of 30% this whole time. If I go to an earlier character, let's see. Where does it go with a standard banner? Yeah, 20%. It's either, yeah, there's that 2010 that they always had for whatever stat, so I don't think they've ever gone over 30% growth rate on anything. At least someone can correct me if it has, but I know for the most part 30% has been the thing. So I won't I'll just say your 50% prediction is wrong, and I don't know if they've ever had a negative. That'd be weird. That'd be weird, but that'd be a sight to see. Rick says that would be funny. Honestly, it would, to see a negative in growth rate. That means you're getting negative points. So that means, wouldn't you just want to? You might have to double down. Or something. Or that's that. Because that's going to be a pain. But moving on to Rick's next comment. Do you think we will get Still in Love this upcoming Annie Half Annie? I hope they release some good cards for me to have better support cards. I could see them releasing Still in Love in the Half Annie, since they did release her card last Half Annie. They pretty much did the same thing with Orfurv, where they released her Guts card the last year, and then this year they released her for the Uma character. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're doing right now. So that means, yeah, I think that's at least a year before they release the actual character. At least, minimum thing. Because it was like that pretty much since the beginning, I'd say. Like, the main comparison I could think of is like Kita. She was released in the first month, then her character came out a year later. So, although it won't be the same for global, especially if there's going to be an acceleration, I don't think it's going to be the same for global. I hope they release some good cards for me to have better support cards. It's a Half Annie, so that will be a card. There'll be a card, most likely. Nova says, Still in Love, maybe better cards. Oh, definitely, yes. I'm looking forward to a new Guts card. We could be getting a new General Guts card. It's been a while. Unless there was a new one that I didn't know about. Or forgot about. I felt like yesterday I had a question that I saved for this video and I forgot what it was. It happens. It happens. I guess it wasn't important. I saw that we have new people commenting on the global videos. Hope that makes the channel grow. Hope so too. Nova says, Uma grow is when Shushu grows. Wait, does that statement even make sense? I'm gonna take my meds now. Huh? I have no idea what you were trying to say there. That absolutely made no sense to me. I don't know why, it makes no sense. The game could grow without me growing. Well, I can't grow anymore physically. That was long gone a long time ago. And any other way? I don't know. That's a weird thing. Then I think this is the last comment from Rick. I remember the question, do you like when an Uma you like has a really strong card? I already have an answer, but I'll finish the comment first. It feels bad when you want to train an Uma and you can't use that Uma card to train. I know Yujin has a MLB Turbo card and you can't use it to train Turbo. Do you prefer Umas? Do you like to have strong cards? Well, the first thing I'll say is it never really bothered me. Reason being, well, I've had Kita card, the Kita speed card since the beginning. I've had the first Kita since the beginning, and I was not able to use that card with Kita since forever. Did I let it bother me? No. Duramente, another example. Did I complain? No. Just simply went back to the Kita card to replace the Duramente card. I've said this for other things. I don't really get frazzled or thrown off when something like that comes up, or like or like hating on a scenario, because I've never really hated on a scenario. So I'd like to think that no, I never really let it bother me. Do I like it as a strong card? Sure, because it's the card, it's the Uma I like. Do I feel bad that I can't use? No. No, because I got used to it. I mean, I got used to it because the game said I couldn't do it. So if the game says I can't do it, then I can't complain. I will admit, no, not the comment. With this specific race for Chrono Genesis, it being a B might actually be an issue for me, because this did happen to me in the off-camera runs, where she was just losing here. It's her fault. not Chrono's fault. But it just surprises me because Duramente, I did nothing to her long distance, and it's a C, but we go to the got third place that time. And we go to a long distance race in her schedule, and she wins. So this could be a stat thing. I might be lacking on some kind of stat, but this did happen to me. With the Chrono Genesis that I did train, I did win that race. But I don't know if I was supposed to win or lose that race, but I didn't think that this race would be an issue first time around, so it threw me off. But if y'all know what's up, let me know, because that really threw me off. Well, at least originally did. Now I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I know I could win it. It's just, do I really want to add that 1 mile distance inheritance just to get it up to an A? That's the real question. If that is the real issue. If that is the real issue. If it was in Aura Finals like in Global, yeah, I probably would have said yes. It could be the fact that it's B because my stats aren't good enough. This time around, I kind of just like, is it my stats? Or is it the fact that it's a B? I don't know. What do you guys think? But again, to once again answer the question from Rick, no, it doesn't bother me that an Uma I like has a really strong card. Do I feel bad? No. It doesn't make me feel bad. So, do I prefer Umas who like to have strong cards? I don't mind. I don't mind because it doesn't bother me as much or at all. I just lost another race. This is now an interesting run that I never expected. Now I'm curious. I really want to do more off-camera runs to figure out what the heck happened here with Chrono Genesis. So yeah, that's my answer. Nova says, though, I've been complaining about that since getting Kita card and not being able to use OG Kita 3 years ago. It's just funny seeing Nova, you know, mention it again. I still think it's dumb since Blue Archive and Arknights let you use 2 to 3 alternate versions of the character in one team. From a monetary perspective, it's pretty good, not gonna lie. Having a strong card paired with a meta Uma just means that us nubs will have to pull for another equal, if not better, speed card to match it. Using Aurora Guts during or Ferv training made me shed a tear. I think I mentioned this before. The reason being that we're not able to, is because these are supposed to be other Umas helping us train throughout our training run. So it would be kind of weird just to see another Kita appear out of nowhere to help us during the run. I feel like your comparison would be more better if it was more related to the PvP team, where you can use different alternates of your character rather than a support character who's supposed to help you train, because you can't necessarily help yourself unless you have a body double. Right? So in a sense, I'm going more with the realistic view of the training rather than the game perspective, if you get what I'm trying to say. I know I've said this before, where it's like, it'd be, you know, that's probably the reason why, because you can't necessarily have yourself help you train yourself as well. That's pretty much what I'm coming out of it. That's what I'm getting out of it. So to me, that makes sense. To me, that makes sense. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for all the comments from Rick. And also, thank you, Rick, for the comments, and Nova for replying. For the next comments, it's gonna be from Nova. First one says, "Geez, Shushu, showing off that UB sass on Donna. I told you before that the scenario is close to brain dead." I don't know what I said to make it UB sass, but I don't know. Nova's, and then the next one says, "I kept the dupes, but now they all became part of the glue factory." Not invested all in Lupa yet since her forte is still nub. Well, she still does damage, but it's like, well, she's just mid in terms of damage. Yuzuha hits harder as a support for some reason. That is two different games. Two different games. Actually, Lupa still hits hard, in my opinion. She still hits hard. I wonder if I do this G2 race and I'll end up losing, huh? That'd be funny. But I think I'll try and get a... Do I even have a ticket? I do. Let's see if we can get a ticket use, while also raising motivation. At least. I don't know about Yuzuha yet. I literally just built her. I think I reached the 3,000 threshold for attack without having her I don't even think it even gave, but without her W engine. So I think I'm gonna hold off on the W engine. I gave her arenas, and the reason why I decided to go with arenas because it still gives a good energy regeneration especially since I got dupes on it, thanks to losing a lot of losing 50/50s or from the standard banner. I want to know if I can get more than if I can get 3 at least, but we'll see. And then I pretty sure I maxed out on the anomaly mastery at 171, which is fine. My proficiency should be over 200. Not over 200, whatever it was, whatever the minimum was, I'm over it. So even without her W engine, I think I'm gonna be fine. So I don't think I'm gonna pull for it and just save that for Alice. But I still need to now win my 50/50 against Alice. For Alice's banner. I need a break in polling, but I need to get Alice. Yes, I need to get Alice. Probably will not go for the Opal squad, only because I don't have anyone in it. I guess besides Soldier 11. Didn't pull trigger, didn't see it necessary. So I think that would be the perfect time for me to not pull for a character. Unless for some odd reason, I like one of the characters or like the characters. But I won't figure that out until later on. Yeah, I won't figure that out until later on. But I'll test Yuzuha for what the heck is updating this week. The shoe defense, isn't it? That's not really much of a test. I don't know. I'll just use it somewhere. Maybe I'll go back to the Deadly Assault and with the and just redo like one of the teams I did that I can probably the Vivian team maybe. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm fine with Yuzuha not having her thing. Will I get it later? Probably. Probably. That's fine. It's fine. I think she's gonna be perfectly fine. I'll test it later, but I do need to get the story done. I hope it's not too long, but I think after I record a global video and upload both of them, I'll get started on it, but I won't post it today. I'll post it tomorrow. So yeah. But anyways, someone wrote a 5-paragraph dissertation about the key to speed card and global. Like, holy shit. People are literally going college level speeches to tell people what to pull and what not. Sorry if you saw me like I was just getting my ice pack moved around because I don't want to leave it in one spot over 15 to 20 minutes. So yes, even while recording, I'm still prioritizing my recovery. People are literally doing college level speeches to tell people about what to pull and what not. It's actually insane how much future side destroys the fun of a game, man. This is why I don't look at anything. Even for the most part, for like what people think of this and that. I don't really like for say JP, I don't really necessarily look at stuff. Like the most I'll listen to is whatever it's like if you guys say something. Like I don't take the time to go look at what other people think or say. Obviously that's pretty much just how I've been. This is why I say it's like this is why having information or knowledge of the game prior to playing it It ruins the fun because you're already expecting expecting something to get released at one point, and you're just gonna save for that or whatever. Or as for us in JP, I'll just use us in JP as an example. We can just save, pull whenever we feel like there's more of a wow factor because a surprise factor because we don't know what's coming until they announce it. Honestly, that makes a big difference. Because now it's just stupid how people will live by whatever people say about the game. And if people take it to heart and they end up not getting whatever they were told to get or whatever they were told to go for, if they don't get it, they're gonna feel like crap. They're not gonna want to play the game anymore. They're gonna honestly just stop playing. So that's the reason why I don't like people like mentioning or like going into information about the game in future. Just like for the most part, it might not even align. That's one. But yeah, you can still get information on what to pull and what not to pull. But it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. Like I need to talk about what happened with the Kita pulls in the comments overall and global. I guess for yours? Well, I mean, I guess you're gonna wait till I post the video, I guess. But it's actually insane the number of comments I'm seeing across the board about people quitting Uma just because they got 0 Kita card. They got so hyped about the card to the point where they just abandoned common sense. Exactly, because now they're trying to follow guides or other people, other content creators saying that you must do this or do that. It's a total load of BS. It's literally early in game. You can't expect people, unless they're whales, to actually get MOB unless they get extremely lucky with the amount of carrot jewels they save without much pulls or limited pulls prior to the banner. So it's like you can't, it's just hard to really, I don't know. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. I'm not sure if they can survive global with that mentality. It just goes to show that having future sight is more of a curse than blessing, and that trusting content creators' propaganda is also not healthy. Well, I mean, if you think about it, the people who follow these guides, other content creators, and all that, who will follow what they say because a lot of people will say it and all that, and they just end up believing and following it. It's because they're trying to go, I'm gonna say it, although it might sound stupid to say, they're just trying to go the meta route. They're thinking, oh, because I have future sight, because I have all this knowledge now I know what I need to pull for and not to pull for, and I could just save up for it and all that. Well, guess what? If you're free to play, don't expect to max limit break that Kita card. Unless you get stupid lucky. I'm gonna say it. Especially if you pulled for previous Uma banners from the Mihono, Biwa, EM Opera. Especially you pulled those first, or you prioritize pulling for McQueen or Teo first. Especially if you use majority of your save carrot jewels prior to pulling for the Kita support card. So yeah. Common sense? Abandoned common sense? Yes. I will agree with that. I just don't see why. This is why I hate following the meta, and I just like following like strictly by the meta. If I have the meta hard Uma, ooh, I mean, for the most part, I will still go, especially these days, I'll still go for the best support card I can, because now Uma's is kind of just like, I will admit, unless it's the Uma I like, it's kind of just like oversaturated at this point. There's too many Umas to pick from. So yeah, it's just stupid. It's just stupid that people will live and die or give up their account just because their account doesn't go by the standards or whatever that these people say. Completely stupid. Because later on, what have you got to do? Heck, it's better having the card than not having the card. So yeah. Do I feel bad for them? It might sound bad, it might sound rude, but no, because they're the ones who lack common sense and solely went by whatever these people are saying. Completely give up their account or stop playing, all because they feel like they bricked their Uma account. Stupid. Completely stupid. Irrational. This is why I just have fun with the game. I don't care what people say. I don't care about the drama. If I still enjoy whatever game I'm playing, big example is Hoya with all the BS that people be saying, I'm still enjoying the game. They can whine, complain all they want, but their complaints, for the most part, just doesn't make sense. I can't clear this. I can't clear this, boss. I can't clear this end game content. Well, look at your team first. Is it actually properly built? Did you put the... Is your whole team actually work well together? You're not cutting corners or putting a specific character that shouldn't belong there. I don't know. I don't know. Or you've fallen into the, oh, I don't have the new characters, so I can't clear the new stuff. Completely BS, because I can clear stuff with the old characters as well. So yeah. Or we're just complaining about the most random things that we can, and a lot of people just somehow just don't agree. And they just want to let it be known. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all can have all these complaints and stuff about the game and not have fun with it. In the meantime, I'm having fun with the game. So yeah. Well, moving on. It's impressive that you can keep up with me on these patches in Zenless Wua, where you just keep pulling every character back to back. It means your luck is popping off. Well, I wouldn't know about that with this banner and last banner. I lost the 50-50 with Jufufu, which led me to not pulling for Jufufu. Then guaranteed, by the way, Eugen, before you start yapping about something about me getting it within whatever pulls I got, remember it's guaranteed, and I went nearly, well, basically down to like hard pity. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you got it within 30-40 pulls and I didn't, because you've done it a few times already. So I'm not letting you have a chance. Eugen, I'm not letting you have a chance. Plus I also lost a 50-50 with the W engine. I've decided not to pull for it, so I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear nothing. I'm just letting you know, because last time you did not even know last time that I lost the guarantee or went basically full pity. So yup, I'm not gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance because you've admitted it before that you skipped through. So not letting you. Unacceptable. I will correct you if you still end up doing it. Anyways, no, recently I feel like my luck is decreasing. We'll say that. with the past two banners. We'll see with how Alice goes, but I won't count the W engine because it's guaranteed. That's why I don't count Yuzuha, because I got it for guaranteed. Reminder, Yuzuha was guaranteed. I will stress that before, and I went all the way down to pity. High pity. Both of them. I went to high pity to lose for Jufufu, and I went all the way to high pity for Yuzuha for guaranteed. So I do not want to hear nothing. Because I know Yujin will probably find a way to say something. Now that I got out of the way. The only hard part about Zenless leveling a character is getting the bare minimum discs that actually matter for your character. Like, I got lucky with Yuzuha, and I just needed one more 5th slot disc that has attack percentage and the substats. That's weird, because I put attack percentage as the main stat, not the substat, for the 5th slot. I'm gonna assume you put physical damage? It said 5th one, right? So that's where the type damage or attack, defense, and all that, right? I'm gonna assume you want physical damage, but she's not there to deal damage. I think that's why I was able to reach the 3,000 attack threshold easily. Because I believe that she didn't need that physical. Because for any of my supports, I didn't go with their type. Their type thing, if I'm not mistaken. Astra, I don't think I gave her ether. Even for the others, I don't think Caesar has it either. Physical. I may have given her something. No, impact would be, well, whatever I did. I don't feel like I did, regardless. So yeah, I my 5th slot was attack percent. So that's probably why I went over. I'm like at 3,100, I think. I may have gotten lucky. With some substats attack percentage, but I don't think so. But that took a lot of resources to get, but at least the 3,000 attack threshold for max buff has been obtained, so I'm chilling. I think there's a 3,000 attack threshold, but also while you're in battle, you have to reach 200 anomaly mastery. So you would have, I think Vivian would be the one to increase anomaly mastery. The last one you need for that 200. But yeah, I mean, I think this goes for any of the Hoyo games, and even Wuwa. Forte's kind of but yeah, basically is going for the artifacts, echoes, relics. Drive disc, however you want to call it, is always the hardest part of leveling a character. I'm fairly certain with the fact that Eugen's this behind in character building, because I don't even know if he's completed a single character, but he still says he's working on farming for skills, is surprising, because farming for the 60 items for the skills, the 9 weekly boss materials, which you can do without even doing it for the weeklies. I believe you just use 60 stamina for that, or if you don't have your weeklies anymore, you could still farm it, or the exchange if you still have that. And I'm pretty sure, since Eugen may have missed some daily time throughout the almost year he's been playing, and all that. I'm pretty sure he has a crap load of stamina saved up. The extra stamina that saves up if you're over the stamina cap. I'm fairly certain that with that and whatever extra stamina items he has, I don't know what it was called, but whatever that restores 60 every time. I'm pretty sure if he spends just a couple hours or even just a day on Zenless, he can get majority of the characters he pulled for built. And if he doesn't get picky with his drive disc, and just put whatever bare minimum he can, just reaching the minimum stats just so he can use those characters at their better than what he has right now, then yeah. The drive disc is definitely the hardest. Everything before that, the skill, farming, materials, and all that, they're all easy. So I don't even know if he's had a single character fully built since he started playing almost a year ago. Because Bernice, didn't he start like after Bernice or whatever? So that was like a few months later, like a few more months. I don't know when exactly when Bernice released, but I know it's probably within a few more months. So yeah, almost a year. And he's still he's still having account problems and clear stuff because his account's not built. It's more of him just not putting time. Like, I don't know if when he says he's gonna farm or grind in the weekend, if he actually does, because honestly, I mean, Yuzuha didn't even take me that long to build. So I don't know. I don't know. Rubbish or mustard is just a sign that we're fooling around. Unless Eugen thinks of rubbish as something deeper than that, then that's another issue altogether. We don't know what's going on in his mind. We don't know what's going on in his brain, on his mind. Sometimes he doesn't give me the straight answer, and will just give me the same answer rather than the answer I'm looking for. So I don't know. I don't know. We don't know what he means through his words sometimes. And he doesn't elaborate on that or explain. So, no. Not gonna do the Zenless story until the weekend. Story doesn't seem to require that much time compared to 2.0. I'd be glad if it's shorter, and I prefer it that way, to be honest. Genshin and HSR seem to have more hours of lore in general. I would say Star Rail went with the lore more than Genshin. I don't remember a Genshin story going 8 hours for a few patches. I don't remember that. But I will say that the last one was like 5 hours, I think. I think from what I've seen or heard, the story will take like 4 hours in Zenless. So I'm gonna try to get it over with. Persona game, I heard some global drama about that, but other than that, I did try the Taiwan version and dropped it. I'm just looking forward to Persona 4 Remake and Persona 6 as a standalone game. It'll most likely be a standalone game. Personally, I think it's better that way. You don't have to gotcha eyes every IP, you know? True. For me, it's like minus the drama. It's like I said, for me, it just feels like a Persona game that they just added gotcha stuff in it. That's it. It honestly could have been a standalone game on its own. It had that potential because this literally feels more like a standalone game because it feels like a side thing. Oh, that's happening alongside maybe what was happening in the main story of Persona 5. Because at least this feels more of a standalone than Royale did. Because Royale just felt like a DLC. If I'm being honest. But yeah, you don't have to gacha every IP, but I mean, they're just trying to make money, you know? I still find the generalist comp one of each the best in the sense that your ticket training feels pretty good overall. I do think that the inheritance on speed could be pretty useful if you are struggling with speed. Well, that's if my Uma parents that I picked do give it. That's the only way. For the CM, I get the feeling that the ballpark for Group A finals is going to be around UB9 and UA5s. If my cards can get me to UA kind of easily, then yeah, I'm expecting to see more UAs than UBs. In that case, Shushu, don't relax yet. I'm gonna keep relaxing. I don't... When have I really been affected by my CM results? I know where I stand. I can reach Group A if it aligns or if I actually have a chance. But I know that I'm like barely getting into Group A to for sure Group B. I know that my training is not as great as others. I don't have to stress myself. I don't have to stress myself when I know where I stand. I think the best part about that is knowing that if I do get into Group A, I'm for sure gonna know that I'm most likely gonna be the underdog of the group of 3 in there. So if I somehow win it, that's better than knowing that I have a better chance in winning. Honestly. But you're talking to the guy who never hated on a scenario, just adapted and just enjoyed it. Never really cared about gacha drama or anything. If anything, I'm just relaxed in all, if not most of my gachas. I will say, admit that the one time that I may have kind of gotten worried was in Great Food Festival the first 2 months because I was doing really bad. Besides that, after I started making it work, everything was fine. So no, I'm gonna stay relaxed. I'm gonna keep it that way. But thank you, Noah, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is gonna be from Kazuki. I'll go over the Eugen comment, but it's from Zenless, so I need to see what he says. There is a timestamp, but the RNG will F up your mind whether you use it, because what if there's no friendship training or only just one? But the RNG's laughing at you and saying, why did you not wait? Excuse me. And this is what you got. And it did happen to me. I used it for 1 friendship training, and since the first summer beach training is coming up and only 2 turns left, and the next turn, guess what? 5 training friendship, and I'm pissed off really hard. See, for me, if I've just gone to the point where if it happens, it happens. Don't let it bother me. Yes, I can be all nonchalant about it, but I mean, it is what it is. That's RNG for you. That is RNG for you. And then the last one from Kazuki says, congrats, UA rank next goal. Well, that's if I get really good stats out of a good training. So that would require really good RNG. But thank you, Kazuki, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment, which I'll be going over because I don't normally go over Zenless comments or Wuwa comments in their videos. And plus it's Fusion, so this one says, why you have that cat ear? Where did you get it? Nice, you got Yuzuha. Nice. A wild wolf appear. Oh no, you got black apple. I want to call it a black apple. Nice strong. Eh? Eh? Don't know what you're talking about. Me pool 40s. No Yuzuha. Me sulk in the corner. Me think and wait for weekend to grind. Me go sleep. Well, do you... I kind of want to know if you actually do grind. Like, because I don't even know if you have a character build, like I said. That's like the one thing that I keep thinking about here and there. Is like, it's been a while since I've talked about his account. Well, at least that one time we really went talking about your account. It's probably still the same, isn't it? That is at least what I'm thinking, because just recently, I think the last comment, yesterday's comment, or two videos ago, you said you agreed that it was an account issue and sleep issue. So yeah, at the end of the day, you're just not spending time on it. I'll say it again, it doesn't take that much time to farm the materials, especially if I'm assuming you do have all the extra stamina that you're probably not using. Drive this, don't be too picky, just go for the bare minimum that you can for that works for your characters, and you'll be able to start clearing stuff. That's all I gotta say. And while you're worried about the cat ears, the real question is, did you even start working on your tempo level, restoring your tempo level? Because that's how you get it. If you had, then you would have seen it in the exchange shop that you unlock after a certain level working on the temple. And that takes time, especially the amount of currency you need to accumulate from restoring the temple. So I think the cat ear should be the least of your worries, and you should probably work on your account, which I've been telling you for a long while now. So yeah. And if you're saying me pull 40s in comparison to the 40 or 30s that I did for my Yuzuha, it was guaranteed. I went all the way to hard pity twice to get a guaranteed Yuzuha. Twice, as in I lost a 50-50 in hard pity, and going all the way to hard pity for the guaranteed Yuzuha. And then, as you saw, I lost a 50-50 for W Engine. So yeah, thank you, Eugen, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. But also thank you, everyone else, Eugen, Kazuki, Nova, and Rick for the comments. Appreciate it as always. I think Tanoki's been focusing on the global comments. Maybe. Maybe. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, this wasn't the best chrono run. We lost a few races, and stats are not there. So, my bad, Kazuki. This was a bad run. But there has been a history of me getting better runs off camera, where I did get a UB2 with Chrono off camera. So, yeah, it happens. Although it's still UC3, it could have done way better, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's fine. Oh, oh, not a UB2, a UC3. I think I just messed that up. I think the UB2 was, I was gonna think about my Orfur or the friend parent. Scratch that. I didn't get no UB with Chronos. I think I'm still trying to figure it out, apparently. But I ended up with 1576 speed, 1577 stamina, 1546 power, 1261 guts, and 1253 wise, and no S aptitude. But I wouldn't be surprised if I do end up getting a UB2 off camera with Chrono Genesis at one point. But we lost 3 races. That was kind of weird for me. But whatever. It is what it is. With that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. And if there's anything else y'all want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. There is a channel called Circle. Oh, there is. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or circle request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go get started with Global, and I'll see you guys, I guess, in Global. I'll see you then. Peace. Or I'll see you in the next one.
どうせ君だよ